Welcome back to the channel. Today we're not in the garage. We are still snowbirding in Florida, and I haven't been doing too much riding. I actually ended up injuring my back at the end of January, and that put me down for about 3 weeks. Part of it was in combination to the way I've set up this bike, and part of it was the roads here in Florida are absolutely atrocious. So currently I have a kind of a chopper lean. It's not exactly flat, but I do notice that I've lost a lot of my lower back support. So to remedy this, I am going to be putting taller shocks back on. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my 15 inches with me, but I don't want to do 15s because in the past I've said it kind of makes the front end feel wobbly. The front end is roughly a 6 over. I could lower the front end. I might actually end up doing that just to level the rake out, but I don't want to. So with that said, let's talk about the parts I've got to fix some of the situation for Florida. So first off, I got to give a massive shout out to J&P Cycles. They have a store down here, and I decided to pick up some extra parts. I got online, figured out what parts they had in stock, what I wanted, and I decided to go with some Fox 13-inch. These are probably the nicest rear shocks I'm going to be putting on this bike. Hopefully they last longer than the last set, considering I put about, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 miles on those, but also quite a few hundreds of miles on gravel, which they were not built for.
Holy shit.
And I believe these are only like 8-inch. I can't go too high because I don't want to add new cables. But these are basically a combination. I don't know how I'm doing this. I'm doing like a weird homologation of everything I've learned on the bike in the past. So it's gone from scrambler to baby chopper to now I'm doing a combination of straight bars with risers. They're not exactly tracker bars, but they're not really chopper bars. But I like the look of these. Something about the 90 degrees. Figured I'd give them a try. Should be pretty simple to switch over. So again, massive shout out to J&P Cycles for having these parts in stock for my bike that is over 20 years old. If you guys ever want to get any of these parts or anything, I'll try to link these down below. Their store was well stocked. I probably could have spent all day in there looking at parts and trying to figure out more things to buy for Gordita. But this is what I'll have to settle with for now, so maybe another shopping day. With that said, let's start installing some parts in my campground. The weather has not been kind to Gordita. The clear coat I put on the sissy bar is kind of failing in places. Had some other rusting issues on bolts. Had some paint peeling because that was done in a rush. I didn't get the powder coated or anything. Random bits like these. The bolts are just randomly rusting. I don't know why. But the bike has been sitting outside now for probably 2 months. And this is basically the damage that Florida's done to it. So I don't have a motorcycle jack per se to lift up the bike. So I'm going to be using my chocks that I use to trailer the bike to hold the front end. And then probably my car jack for the rear. And we're going to see if this works, because this is how I thought about doing this in my head. It's got too much front end lift. Whoop. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Alright, I think this might work. I've got the jack on the kickstand puck, but this is actually how I usually clean my chain. But I think I can jack it up enough to drop that swing arm down. I just gotta undo these bolts. Either this is going to work extremely well or extremely bad. Kind of makes me want to get a soft tail. Oh yeah, that's close to the exhaust. That's why I went with 13 inch. I tucked this in so far, I didn't want to hit it. And I've got the wrong one on. I gotta come up quite a bit. Whoa. Can't say I've ever actually seen anybody change their shocks out like this. Better. Look how close that is. That's why I couldn't get any taller. It's still got a little rake on it, but not bad. That's nice to see that back tire again. I kind of missed that wheel gap. It's not as much as before, but it's still nice. Shocks look fantastic. All right, time for the handlebars.
Well, welcome back. This is now my second attempt to recording a riding section for this video. And it's also been 4 days later since I installed all these parts, simply because the day I installed these I was sick, and then my back kind of hurt from hunching over that day, and then the following day my neck was hurting me and my back was hurting me, and I just took a break. And then I tried to go out and record the riding section, and my GoPro decided to not even record. Full riding gear. Nice. And then I was so pissed off that my GoPro didn't record that I was like, fuck it, I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to put a riding section in the video. And then I woke up at like 12:30 last night. Like, no, I need to. Like, it just, I want to make a good video. So, here we are. The bars feel fantastic. They are exactly what I wanted. They're straight like my tracker bars. They are up higher. And they have the perfect amount of pullback for me. My back is perfectly upright, and now combined with the rear shocks, I don't feel like I'm having to hunch over as much to keep my body kind of balanced, if that makes any sense. I don't know why this guy's doing like 30 down to 45. This is a weird thing with Florida where people either do half the speed limit or double the speed limit, and it's frankly really, really annoying. If we're gonna do it, let's do it. Anyways, I couldn't be more than happy with the upgrades I've done. The rear end, definitely, I'll have to spend some time adjusting. I got the preload set up, I think, where I want it. I got the rebound set about halfway. I couldn't go any higher than 13 because right now, actually, not only would my chain hit my exhaust bracket, it would also hit the shock. So I tucked that exhaust in really far, probably too far, to be honest. Welcome to Florida. This is about as country I could get, and to be quite honest, it smells like shit because everywhere we go there's a landfill next door. Honestly, despite the weather that's tolerable for maybe 4 months out of the year in Florida, I can't figure out why anyone wants to live here. It's not for me. It really isn't. I can complain and complain about Florida right now, but it's not worth it. I miss my garage. I kind of miss Ohio. I miss the country roads. So I went out, rode yesterday, and I was kind of talking about I've only been posting like once a month, and I mean, it's whatever. I don't really make a living off YouTube. I don't really make any money on YouTube. I never really have. Back when I got 10,000 followers on YouTube, I was really excited because they had a feature called Stories. And then as soon as I got 10,000 followers, they got rid of the feature. So then I couldn't share my stories anymore, that I share also over on Instagram. And that's really the only reason I have Instagram, is to share stories, because any of the actual stagnant photos that I do share on Instagram, I also share on YouTube, because not everybody's on Instagram. And honestly, I'm just kind of getting tired of posting on Instagram. Jess keeps trying to talk me into starting a Facebook page. It's the same thing. I don't even want a Facebook page. Let's pull in here. This is a nice park I came to yesterday. But yeah, I don't even want to make a Facebook page, really. I'm kind of torn on it, because potentially on Facebook I could re-upload like all my videos and do reels and earn money on there potentially. I mean, that would be great, because it would offset all of my bad decisions with my Sportster and how much I keep modifying it. But I'm kind of curious, like, do you guys even care about YouTube, or not YouTube, but like Facebook and Instagram? Because I personally don't. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook. And on Instagram, it's kind of like just following my friends. I mean, if you ever looked at my Instagram, I only follow like 20 people, and a lot of them are just like either companies or friends. And to be honest, I could probably unfollow the companies if I wanted. I'd probably have about 8 people on there. So have I enjoyed snowbirding in Florida? It's been nice to get out on the sunny days. It's rained half the time we've been here. It's been nice to see like Blockhead, and I got to go see Shade Tree. And we're going to be here actually for Daytona. I don't know if I'm going to go every day. I think Jess has a meet and greet with Harley. And then I think we're going to be here for Forgotten Angels. We booked a campground over there for that week. And then right after Forgotten Angels, we are going home. And then I can start spring cleaning on the house, turning everything back on, prepping the bikes, and then it's right back to riding motorcycles in Ohio, hopefully. Oh, the one thing I do want to touch on is the handling now on this is so much better. Oh my word, so much better. So unlike my mini apes, they were like here, and they were really comfortable on the highway, but turning, they were not very confident inspiring. Having these up here now, it goes right back to having my tracker bars, but I like these even more because they're like 2 inches narrower. So they actually are about as wide as my foot pegs, which I really like. So now my arms aren't like bowed out. They're like just slightly wider than my shoulders. It's really comfortable. Downfall is now my mirrors are kind of useless. I can't really see anything behind me, but I can see left and right to me. Might have to end up switching these out or something. I tried flipping them around, and they just weren't long enough to go past my cables here. I could probably do one on this side. Really happy with how it handles. Really happy with the bars. Really happy with the rear shocks. The only thing is I built this exhaust so tight, like that is really close. I've got a finger away. This is currently resting on the exhaust, which probably isn't ideal. I could probably make a bracket to raise that, but when I sit on the bike, this comes off. So I don't know if it's a super big problem, but yeah, I really built this exhaust tight to the bike, and I don't know if that was necessary, but I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, well, I can't remember what all else I talked about yesterday. I don't know what else I'll record down here. It's just been kind of a funk for me. I don't know. It's like writer's block in a way. I miss my garage. Kind of missing home in a way. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, take it easy.